Oh, hello there, Katie.
Hey, Mark. Hi, everyone. So, we're going to the playoffs tomorrow night. It's really excited. So, I thought I'd get Mark on the channel and ask him for his thoughts.
Well, Katie, it's playoffs. Don't know how many of the fans you have that are watching right now, if they're English or if they know football and stuff like that. But after having 16 weeks of games, basically it comes down to 12 teams fighting for two spots to go to the Super Bowl. And this weekend is the lower seeds actually playing each other, and my Dallas Cowboys are taking on. Excuse me, I got a little bit of a cold. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit dirty here because I'm actually at work. But my Cowboys are taking on the Seattle Seahawks, and it's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, as fun as a heart attack. It really is nerve-wracking to watch these games. Exciting
Well,
at the same time, but it's a roller coaster, isn't it?
very much so. If you're a football fan, and if you are a true football fan of one team, football is like the emotional highs and lows because you never know what's going to happen with football. Going into a season, we always say that everybody's 0 and 0, meaning that anybody has a chance. It's not like basketball. There's always some teams that you know are going to be really good in the finals. From one year to the next, you can be in the basement, the worst team in your division, and end up being Super Bowl champions the next. That's literally what happened last year with the Philadelphia Eagles. So
Wow.
everybody has hope.
So exciting, isn't it? So, what
Oh,
do we
definitely.
know who's playing and who's not playing yet?
Well, the Cowboys, basically everybody is actually healthy with the exception of backup guard Xavier Salafalo. He got hurt actually in the last game, but Connor Williams is healthy. So as far as the Cowboys as well as the Seattle Seahawks, basically both teams are at full strength as much as you can be at this time of year. In reality, football is such a brutal sport. There's so much physical hitting and everything else. Everybody is kind of battered and bruised and, sore joints and pulled muscles and everything.
Yeah. When did you start supporting the Dallas Cowboys out of interest? Sorry, I need to move.
Oh, okay. Well, I tell you what, it's kind of crazy because I actually grew up in the Washington, D.C. area. And that's, of course, the Washington Redskins territory, which made it hard to be a Dallas Cowboy fan. But being a little kid, some of the first memories I had was actually sitting on the sofa with my dad and my dad cheering for the Cowboys. So I wanted to be like my dad, and I became a Cowboy fan. And in fact, my son Michael basically followed in my footsteps, being a Cowboy fan. But it was difficult because the Redskins were good when I was in high school. In fact, one of their coaches, their kids went to school and played football with me, and one was a cheerleader. And they were winning Super Bowls, and everybody knew I was a Cowboy fan. So I ended up taking a lot of grief on that. So
Really?
I've always been a Cowboy fan.
So you stood your ground from early on.
Oh,
Um,
definitely.
yeah, just for some of the viewers over here in the UK that haven't watched American football before, why would you recommend it to them to check it out?
Um, Different culture. First of all, just at least look at it from a different point of view and things. It's definitely a lot different from soccer. Soccer, of course, everybody is running up and down the field. They're like marathoners. Football is very brutal, dare I say, caveman-like. Okay, it's literally who wants it more. It's very physical, and if you enjoy that kind of stuff, I mean, to me, I think of it like gladiators almost. Because
Exactly.
when you get guys that are 300, 340 pounds and 6'7", 6'8", that can run like a 4.640, and they hit somebody, it's brutal.
So
Not for everybody though.
would you say it's similar to rugby over here? What are the differences? Do you know?
Well, rugby you really don't wear much padding and stuff, but I would say it's a similar game, but a lot more organized with plays. The thing that's crazy about football is you run a play. The play may only take 5 or 6 seconds, and then you stop. Then you figure out what your next play is, and then you go again. So actually, the action on the field may only be about 15 minutes of actually playing, but it's the time that's in between. It's the chess match of it because you're
Mm.
trying to figure out something different than what the defense is going to predict.
Oh, yeah, it's
And
such a
you're,
game of tactics, isn't it?
oh, very much so. And that's where our Cowboys have had problems because, sometimes Jason Garrett's not real good with the tactics and the play calling.
Do you know what I was impressed by? You know, they stop and work things out and check the cameras to make sure that the scoring's as accurate as they can.
Mm-hmm.
You know? But still, there are a few injustices. Tell us about those in the last game.
Well, there's always, are we talking about the officiating?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Unfortunately, everything is really up to interpretation. And sometimes it seems like the officials will give some people or some teams breaks. And rarely do you see calls go the way of the Dallas Cowboys. In fact, some of our biggest losses, you could point back and say, you know, that was a really bad call that cost us the game. So not only do the Cowboys have to fight the other teams, sometimes they have to fight the officials as well.
So not always the most popular team. People have been telling me we're the most loved and the most hated.
Very polarizing, because here's the thing. No matter what, the Dallas Cowboys, they're the number one team in the United States and dare I say the world, popular-wise. They have more fans than anybody else. They're definitely the most talked about one because it's a no-lose situation when you talk about the Cowboys. Because you're going to either piss off the people who are Cowboy fans and people who hate the Cowboys, which is everybody else, is going to be happy, or you're going to make the Cowboy fans happy and you're going to be pissing off all the other people. So when you watch a lot of the talking shows on there, you will always hear the Dallas Cowboys every single day. Some of the other teams, they never even mention at all.
And you even get loads of fans from other clubs, don't you, checking out your channel and watching your streams?
Yes, actually I do. I get fans from other teams that usually trolls more than anything else. Right now, a lot of the trolls, and you guys don't know what trolls are, those are basically people that want to come in and just start some mess. And teams that when they're winning or beating the Cowboys, they'll always come in and tell us how bad our Cowboys are. But when the Cowboys are winning, well, of course, you never see them.
So, Mark, would you dare to give us a prediction for the game tomorrow night?
Well, most of the talking heads that I like to call them, you know, the ESPNs and the experts out there are saying that the Seattle Seahawks will come to Dallas and win. My personal take on it.
They're saying that they're going to beat us.
They always pick against us. They've been saying the Cowboys season was over weeks ago, okay, that the Cowboys are terrible, that Dak Prescott's the worst quarter. But yeah, exactly. But when I look at this game, the Cowboys have been great at home. They're 7-1 this season. They've had problems on the road. They've only won 3 games on the road out of 8. Seattle, their stadium is incredible as far as fan goes. It's built kind of like an opera house, and the sound reverberates in it, and it's so loud that literally you can have a person next to you, you can yell, and they can't hear you. It's that loud.
Wow.
When you leave the place, your body is literally like it's on edge. It's shaking because it's been that loud.
Oh, no.
So Seattle is really good at home.
Yeah.
On the road, they're only 500. They're 4-4, and some of the teams that they've beaten haven't exactly been really, really good teams. So with them coming to Dallas on the road, they're a little bit banged up more than the Cowboys. I feel like the Cowboys are going to get the win, and I think that the Cowboys actually have an attitude where it's us against the world, and I believe that they're going to do something really good.
Really? Okay. Well, while you're chatting about this, I'm just going to check the comments, see if anyone's got any questions to put to you.
Okay. So I'm sitting here. YouTube isn't the only thing I do. Actually, this is my day job as well. So I'm actually sitting here in this bathroom that we are building, where we put in all this nice tile, and we're coming down the end of it. So what kind of comments have you gotten thus far?
No questions.
No questions. Okay.
No, nothing. Well, I think we probably need to prep people next time because we've just come on, haven't we?
Yeah, and you didn't get any warning for it. But anybody who does come on and look at this later on and stuff, definitely check out football. You will. I always equate football to basically everything in my life. I played football in high school. I played college football, things like that. But football is not like any other sport because when I think about playing, when you think you don't have anything more to give, when you think that you are literally done and you can't do more, you find a way to be able to give a little bit more, to keep working, and you have to work as a team. You know, it's you and those other 10 guys in that huddle against the other team that have to succeed. and there's nothing quite like it.
Yeah. Did you ever get any bad injuries then playing?
Oh my God. To this day, I have no ACL in my knee from having it torn when I was in high school. I've got a bad back. I've got some of my fingers are kind of crooked from them being broken and stuff like that. So yeah, it is a brutal sport.
But good game to play. All right.
Good
Thanks
game.
so much
Definitely
for
good.
joining us, Mark. It's been brilliant. Thanks.
Well, thank you for having me on. Hopefully next time I won't be a dirty mess because I won't be at work and stuff. But everybody definitely check out the game on it's tomorrow night. It starts at 8:15 Eastern time in the United States. So what time is that in the UK?
Yeah, it's late. It's in the morning, isn't
It's
it?
like 1:15. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be a little late.
I'll have to catch it when I wake up.
Okay.
All right. We speak to you soon.
All right, Katie. Thank you. Bye.